We're taught that we need to be ambitious in order to be successful, that we need to want things. This is what we're taught. But we're only taught that because we do not recognize that were we to surrender ourselves over to a force that is greater than ourselves, then all necessary actions would be completed on their own. We would simply just do the things that are most important at that particular moment. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and talk about the path forward, because we've talked about the principle. The principle is that love thinks in whole solutions. We talked about the pattern behind this need to be ambitious, this need to constantly want things. The pattern being that desire shrinks you. The pattern being that desire forces your mind to think in partial solutions. The pattern is that desire gives you tunnel vision so that you're just focused on the thing you think you want, even if it means leaving out everything else that's actually important to you. And so what we need to do now is talk about the path forward. What's this look like? What's this look like? Because I'm tired of thinking in partial solution. Don't want a life where desire is constantly shrinking me down to a version of myself that I can't recognize. All because somebody taught me the wrong principles about reality? No, sir. No. So what's our path forward? The path forward is very simple. Y'all ready? These are the pieces. I'm gonna make sure y'all can see these. I almost gotta make them a little bigger here, just so you can see those for the one time. These are the pieces of your life. Just a bunch of squiggly lines. Let me go ahead and do it like this. So here's the path forward. The path forward is to stop chasing the pieces and let love make you whole. The path forward is to stop chasing the pieces and let love make you whole. So, what am I saying? I'm saying that when you follow love, when you follow that actual feeling, what you might call highest excitement, when you have that inner click, that inner yes, that wait a minute, what's the thing that I would love to be doing right now? And you just go do that thing. No questions. You just go do that love thing. However big it is, however small it is. What you'll find is that love allows you to engage in an activity until it is time to stop. Which means that there is a time for working a 2-hour day. There's a time for working a 16-hour day. But the energy that you're going to use to dictate when that time exactly is for you is not based off of a schedule or a to-do list or a should list. It's going to be based off of this deeper access point. You work your 16-hour day and at the end of it, you feel energized. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I got to experience a day like that. Perhaps that next day is just all with the family. Whatever love is saying, do. That's what you're doing for that day. But what you find is this: what you find is that love leaves nothing out. Everything that is important will still get done. And everything that is not important will wither on the vine. It doesn't even matter. If the relationships are important, love will tell you to pick up the phone, make the call, send the invitation, get the RSVP. It'll feel loving to do it. It'll feel great to do it. And simply put, if love does not say yes, then it's a no. If love does not say yes, then it's a no. Why? Because I know that if I leave the spectrum of love in order to try and engage in the world in the way that the world has conditioned me to, then I'm always trading one thing for another. I may get my health great, but the wealth dissipates. I may get the wealth, but my relationships dissipate. I'm always trading one thing for another. There's a partial solution. I can't live a whole life like that. Whereas when I am abiding in love, at every moment of the day, I have exactly what I want anyway. Because when you think about it, desire comes from a sense of fragmentation. Desire comes from a sense of lack, a sense of you do not yet have. But remember, love is wholeness itself, which means that the very fragmentation that you would need to have in order to desire, in order to chase after the pieces, that fragmentation gets dissolved, it gets fully absorbed. You're no longer thinking of yourself as an individual who needs all of these things. Now you're just someone who is expressing love. You're just doing what you love in this moment, and in the next moment, you're going to do something, you're going to do the exact same loving thing. The difference is that love will change the activity. So, yes, in this moment, what I love to do is be right here on the Breakthrough Live with you. Love, once this moment is over, will have me go and do something else. Maybe it's go be in the next room with my daughter. Maybe it's go for a walk. Maybe whatever it is, it makes no difference. The very activity, however mundane or large, carries this scent. It carries this frequency. Like I just enjoy doing it for its own sake. There's no ambition in it, which means there's no selfishness in it, which means there's no corruption in it. The activity is pure, which means I can show up and bring all of myself to whatever task I am doing, which means that I leave nothing out. I'm fully present with the task. Time flies because I'm really enjoying myself. Because I'm not just there trying to get something. I'm not just here trying to get something. Life becomes about expressing this love as opposed to trying to chase something. So the path forward is to stop chasing the pieces and let love make you whole. There's two ways to do this. Two steps, rather. There's two steps. Because we talk about love, but remember, love is the end of separation. It's not just an emotion, though it is present inside of the emotion. The emotion is critical. First thing you need to do, the emotion of love is critical. That feeling of love is critical, but it is not, do not make the mistake of believing that that's all there is to it. The feeling is merely the confirmation that you are in alignment with this great unitary force, that you are psychoneurologically in alignment with this universal substance. The feeling is critical, but don't miss the universal substance trying to call it just a feeling. No, 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 no. The feeling is your indicator that you are in alignment with this universal force. So the first step is to get into the feeling. You do need to do that. Oh, yes, that is required to get into that feeling. Now, you might be saying, well, that's easier said than done. How I do all that? Well, that's what we do here. Provide the practices that cultivate your capacity for getting into the feeling of love. You understand? For getting you into alignment with Source, for bringing you back into God's will. You understand? Love and God, same thing. Why? Because I'm talking about the nature of reality. You could just call it nature. Many cultures just called it nature itself. What I'm saying is you're throwing away your illusions, throwing away your delusions by aligning yourself with something that is unconditionable, unconditional, and unconditionable. Love is unconditional in the sense that nobody can force you to love something. You love simply because you love. Usually it is its own reason for being. And love is also unconditionable. No one can train you, manipulate you into loving something. You simply love. Every other emotion can be manipulated. You can manipulate someone into lust. You can manipulate somebody into anger. You can manipulate somebody into confusion. But to get to that feeling of love requires going beyond any other emotion. So that's the first step. We got to get you into the feeling. Or when I say we got to get you got to get you into the feeling, surrender into the feeling of love. You understand? So that we can get to number two. Number two is a simple question. And it's the same question I had to ask when things were falling apart. Once you get into the feeling of love, the next question is you need to ask yourself, what would I love to do right now? Whatever that thing is, do that thing. And then in the next moment, ask yourself that question again. And you'll find that in each moment of your life, there is something that you would love to do at that particular moment. You string enough of these love moments together across the course of your life. Each one of those moments becomes a day. Each one of those days becomes a week. Each one of those weeks becomes a month. Each one of those months becomes a year. Those years become decades. Those decades become your life. And if you can find a way, and it's closer than you think, to make your life an expression of love itself, you will be expressing God on earth. You will be an expression of God on earth. There is no higher facility. There's nothing above that.